Here in the mountains of northern Maryland, we're starting to see some of the beautiful autumnal colors. The weather has started to cool, and even the sunsets are brilliant palettes of autumnal colors. We're going to take some of that natural inspiration from God's artistry, and we're going to create some lovely fall arrangements and decorations for our homes. In this video, I'm going to show you how to decorate some of the Dollar Tree vases, as well as make a beautiful lighted centerpiece. My name is Lisa, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, a special welcome, and I invite you to consider subscribing. And now, please sit back and relax and enjoy as we craft some lovely fall projects together. To make this beautiful fall centerpiece, all you need is a piece of fabric from one of the fabric rolls at Dollar Tree. And my last visit, I saw they had a nice assortment. Many of the fabrics now have some lovely fall decorations and colors. So choose one of those fabrics, as well as one of the clear glass plates from Dollar Tree as well. Each is just $1.25. You'll also need some Mod Podge and a sponge brush. Dollar Tree sells the small bottles of Mod Podge for $1.25, but I purchased the large one from Michael's with a 40% off coupon. You'll want to take the Mod Podge and just using that sponge brush, apply a nice even coat to the back side of your glass plate. Once you have a nice even layer, you'll want to take your fabric and lay it upside down over that coated surface. Just use your hands to smooth from the center outward over the rim, and you'll see it lays beautifully. Just continue to smooth it out several times until you see that all the wrinkles and air bubbles have been smoothed out. The next step, as you can see, is just to trim away some of that excess fabric. At this stage, you can just do a rough cut and cut away most of that excess. Don't worry about getting too close to the edge. We'll do that after we apply our second coat of Mod Podge to the back side. Again, using your sponge brush, just go from the inside outward all the way around until you have a nice even coat. That top coat of Mod Podge on the back side will stiffen up the fabric and seal in your project. Then set it aside and allow that top coat of Mod Podge to thoroughly dry. While it dries, I'm taking this $1 bag of bowl filler from Dollar General, and I'm going to fill one of the Dollar Tree small fishbowl type bowls here. And I'm just going to pour the pumpkins in, and then we're going to use that as a base for our finished plate. The Mod Podge dries clear and reveals a beautifully decorative fall pattern on the front of the plate. You can see on the back side that we now need to trim around that edge. So I'm just using a pair of fabric scissors, and I'm going to cut closely right along the rim. It's very easy to do that. The fabric has stiffened due to the Mod Podge and makes it very easy just to cut it closely and create a very smooth edge. And now it's time to add our pumpkin-filled bowl to the bottom. To do that, I'm going to use some hot glue very carefully right along the narrow rim of our bowl. I don't want too much to ooze down the sides or to ooze down into the pumpkins. So you can see I'm just going very carefully right along that borderline, and then I'm going to overturn it in the center of the back of the plate. You can also use some E6000 as a secondary stronger hold. I used the hot glue just so that I would get a quick result to show you on this video, but I would recommend adding a stronger adhesive as well, just to give you a more strong, more permanent hold. So here it is, and as you can see, it's beautiful. For just a few dollars, what a lovely decorative plate. This same technique could be used to create seasonal plates for any holidays or times of year. The top of the plate is clean, so you can use that for food or anything you would like. I'm going to go ahead and add a candle to the surface. And I was thinking about adding one of these lovely Dollar Tree wall clings, but instead I'm going to do that later on the glass vase. And for this, I'm going to use some of the beautiful ribbon that I purchased at Dollar General, just cutting a section long enough to go around the base of this lighted candle. This is one of the battery-powered candles that Dollar Tree sells, as well as you can find these at many other places. I believe this one is a Luminara, so it's a very nice one. Here you can see I've just cut the length long enough so that I can create a small overlap, and I'm going to use the hot glue just against the ribbon. That way, should I want to remove the ribbon later to add another seasonal ribbon, I can easily do that. Once I've attached it, smoothed it down, it holds very beautifully and tightly and just adds that perfect fall flare of festive color at the base. I'm also going to add this jewel from Totally Dazzled. You could add any piece of custom jewelry or any other embellishment you may have with some hot glue at the top of the ribbon. And that little embellishment is like the exclamation point on this project. It's so pretty, centered on that glass plate with the theme of the pumpkins carried right through. I love this project. I think it's so easy to do, so cost effective, and very versatile, because again, you could take off the candle and use the plate for fall goodies. I have plans for future videos to using this same technique to create Christmas plates. Now let's decorate some of the Dollar Tree vases. The Dollar Tree vases are such a bargain. They're $1.25. And recently for my niece's birthday, I had shown on a previous video her delight in opening one of the handmade gifts that I gave to her. This is a Dollar Tree vase wrapped with the bling wrap from Totally Dazzled, and an added embellishment finished it off. So here I'm going to show you just how I did that. You take the bling wrap from Totally Dazzled or any other bling wrap. You can find lots of bling in the sticker section at Dollar Tree as well. They have lots of color combinations and beautiful ways to glitter up and glam up the Dollar Tree vases. Here are just a few of the examples. But I went ahead and used some of this bling wrap that I had gotten from Totally Dazzled for this particular project. It's a quick, easy, and fun way to glamorize and upgrade these $1.25 Dollar Tree vases. It cuts easily, and a line of hot glue will nicely adhere it as an overlay. Here you can see I'm just cutting off some of the overlap, and then I use that strip to cover up the seam, again attaching it with some hot glue. The hot glue works really well to adhere that strip right over that seam line, and it gives it just that final finishing touch. Then I'm going to go ahead and add a jewel from Totally Dazzled. I really enjoy using embellishments from that company. I'm not affiliated with them, but someday I hope to be. They do have beautiful items that really do provide the exclamation point and help to elevate the look of plain items. Hot glue works really well to adhere the embellishment. And again, a piece of costume jewelry or any of the many embellishments that Dollar Tree sells would also work really well. The sky's the limit for what you can do with these Dollar Tree vases, and I'm going to show you some other ways that we can decorate these Dollar Tree vases for fall. But first, if you're having a roaring good time, I invite you to consider subscribing and let me know in the comments below where you're watching this from. I'm filming here in Northern Maryland, and this was a fun time we had feeding some of the goats. For those of you who follow my channel, you know that I recently used some pieces of found wood as the background for some lovely decor. decor. And in this case, I had used this small piece, which I cleaned and varnished, and then used some hot glue to attach one of the Dollar Tree butterfly stickers that came in a package. I folded back the wings to give it a natural appearance, as though it had just alighted on this piece of wood. I promised that I would make a wreath using this as the embellishment, and so that's what we'll do now. It's a pretty piece, and I think it would look lovely on one of these Dollar Tree wreaths. This is just one of the wire wreath forms from Dollar Tree for $1.25 that you can find in their crafting section. In a recent video, I used one of the same forms to create this pretty fall wreath for my mom's home, and I used some of the orange burlap ribbon. I created that 6-loop bow very easily with some wired ribbon from Dollar General, and I attached a $1 pretty little embellishment also from Dollar General to the bottom of the wreath using hot glue. And now I'm excited to try out another wreath using a totally different color combination with this black and white buffalo check ribbon coupled with our butterfly embellishment. You can see there's a little folded over edge on this wired ribbon, so it makes it very easy just to hook it right over that wired wreath form. And then all I have to do, as you see here, is just wrap the ribbon around the wreath form. And amazingly, the roll covers the wreath form perfectly as long as you spread apart your loops so you don't have too much overlap. So I'm just going around the wreath form now, as you see, and I'll finish that up and then we'll go ahead and decorate. I'm speeding up the video clip so I don't bore you, but as you see, I'm just going around overlapping each one just slightly and pulling them apart as I go. You don't want any wire exposed, but in doing it this way, you have just enough coverage for the whole wreath. And again, I bought this wreath form at Dollar Tree, but the ribbon I did buy at Dollar General. They have it at Dollar Tree as well, and it works beautifully. So here, as I bring it to completion, I'm just going to flip it over and then add some hot glue, as you see right here, to that little piece that overhangs, and that way it'll make a nice tight attachment. And that's the only hot glue that's needed for the entire wrap. It's a great way to cover these wire wreath forms in decorative ways, and it provides so much versatility because you can use any ribbon that you like. Here I had this roll of ribbon in my stash. I had bought it on sale, I believe, at Michael's, and I'm going to go ahead now and just, as you see here, create loops that I'm stacking on top of one another to create a nice 6-loop bow. It's the easiest way that I know to create these bows. In a matter of just 2 minutes, you can create them very easily. And I just looped it in on itself, then took an extra section of ribbon just to tie it off. You could also use a piece of wire, but the matching ribbon works perfectly. And because this is wired ribbon, it tightens it up very nicely. So here I'm just demonstrating the ease with which you can do it. You see, I'm just folding a length of ribbon in on itself, cutting it off, and then cutting another small piece to tie it over. And you can make as many loops as you wish. You could also create longer tails. And now that I've made 3 of these, I'm just going to stack them one on top of another and attach them using hot glue. So here I'm just going to put some hot glue up at the top of the wreath. And since it's a circle, you can choose any spot you wish and put some hot glue. Use a fairly liberal amount and then attach your first loop. Once you have that first loop attached, you can start stacking them using the hot glue one on top of another. And that's how quick and easy it is to create a nice fluffy bow. Here I have it. I'm just adjusting those loops. Because it's wired, you can form those loops so they stand up nicely. And then I'm going to go ahead and use that butterfly on the piece of found wood as the embellishment right in the center. I also decided to add some longer tails to that so that it would flow nicely, draping down the front of the wreath. So I just cut some longer pieces of ribbon and used hot glue to attach them behind, as you see me doing. Then I just used my fingers to create some nice waves along that strand of ribbon. The wired ribbon is so easy to manipulate. You can form your loops and form your waves along the strands, and it really does look very pretty. I think that finished it off in a beautiful way. And here it is displayed on the back of a white door. I think it's beautiful, and as you see, it can be made for about $5. Now we're going to decorate one of the Dollar Tree glass vases using those window clings. I couldn't resist these. They were so charming with the little scarecrow boy and girl, and they are bordered with a clear outline, so it makes them blend beautifully into the clear vase. They're also very easy to position and reposition, so you can take them off when you're ready to change them for a different season and reuse that glass vase. This is a quick and easy project to do and offers so many opportunities for ways to fill it. Here, I decided to use one of the Dollar Tree pedestal bases. It's actually a candlestick, and I'm going to go ahead and hot glue that to the bottom of the vase. I think the gray color of this candlestick looks so pretty serving as a pedestal base. So here it is, and I'm going to show you now how beautiful it looks with a lighted candle. Although I just used hot glue to attach the pedestal base to the vase, you may wish to use some E6000 or stronger adhesive. The hot glue gives you a quick hold, but it's definitely not as secure as using E6000. And from all sides, this is sure to bring a smile to your face. It can be put in any little spot of your home where you would like a nice, happy fall glow. I hope you enjoyed the show. Do take care, and God bless. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I look forward to seeing you again in my next video.